So you want to start doing more videos in 2020, but you don't really know what to talk about. Well, this video here will help you out with that. Now, quick caveat here, this is geared towards business professionals. If you're looking at this purely as a hobbyist, I probably don't have good advice for you. Maybe, actually, I don't know. You can decide for yourself if you're willing to risk the time to watch my video or not. But this is geared towards business professionals. So, oh, by the way, quick little pro tip here. There was a whole ton of stuff I wanted to cover in this video, and I wasn't sure if I'd remember it at all, so I wrote it down like a little post-it note here, a little cheat sheet. And right now my phone is kind of sitting on a table horizontally, so I can just take this little cheat sheet, set it right next to the camera lens. Y'all never know it's there, but my eyes can very easily dart from the camera lens to the post-it note normally notices. And if you're the type of person who hates seeing yourself on camera, this is also really helpful because this covers up my face. I can kind of see my hands waving on my periphery. I can still get out the stop button when I need to, and again, the camera's still open up. But that helps with not knowing or not remembering what to say, and that helps with hating to see yourself on camera. So anyways, what we're gonna talk about in this video is how to list out potential themes for your content, how to decide based on all those possible themes, which one's the one you should really go with. And then once you pick the theme, how to actually pick 50 topics to talk about. And it's not nearly as hard as you would think. So first off, as far as writing down a list of themes, you want to write down a list, I would say 10 potential themes to your content. If you can't get 10, at least 5. But the point is, you want to write down a bunch of ideas, including bad ones. A lot of times the bad ideas you write down help redirect your mind into the good ideas. So it's got to just be a free flow of every idea you think of themes you could talk about. Write it down. And what's important here is to realize that it can be specifically about what your job is. For example, if you are a sales coach, you could do videos on the topic of selling better. That makes perfect sense, go for it. But it doesn't have to be that closely tied. Let's say you're a copier salesperson. Nobody wants 50 videos a year about copiers. So maybe if you were passionate about it, interested in it, you could make a channel that's more dedicated to the topic of how to improve efficiency and save time in your business, or how to cut costs and save money in your business, right? That could be the overall theme for your content if copiers is a little too boring to support you. Or heck, maybe you have a way to make copiers interesting, in which case, more power to you. Good example of this, a lot of real estate agents, rather than doing a channel dedicated to real estate, they'll do a channel dedicated to great places to eat in our town, or awesome breweries in our town, or great historical sites in our town, because that topic appeals very much to the people that they're trying to serve, but it isn't necessarily about real estate. I think that's the key thing, right? It doesn't have to be directly tied to what you do as a professional, but it does have to be directly tied to what your prospects will find valuable. Just understand your prospects find more things valuable than the actual service or product that you offer. So anyways, write down your list of themes. I would aim for 10. And again, it's okay to have 5 terrible ideas, 3 okay ideas, and only 2 good ideas on the list. It's fine. So aim for 10, but at least get 5. Once you have that list of potential themes or directions you could take your content, your YouTube channel, your Instagram page, the criteria you use to evaluate which is better is this. There's 3 things you're looking at. You want to make sure this topic is something that the world really needs, and in particular, you want it to be something that the world doesn't provide a lot of. So for example, this Ngari channel, I realized just how badly people needed help getting comfortable on camera, and then I Googled get comfortable on camera, and there's a lot of people who have like a singular video on this topic with some generic advice, but no one's really dedicated themselves to solving this problem, answering this question. So Ngari is a great example of high need for it in the world, very little being offered. Next thing you want to look at is this something that you're uniquely situated to talk about or to provide value on? Does this suit your personality or does this suit your experiences? So again, for the Ngari project, the answer was yes for me. I have always been incredibly fascinated by what happens under the hood, so to speak, of our minds and why we think what we think and feel what we feel. So the process of understanding why people are uncomfortable on camera and how to work through that, I find it fascinating. It also helps that my personality, I'm very, very open talking about emotions and my emotions, and I'm open asking other people questions about their deepest emotions and insecurities, and I don't find that stuff awkward. I just find it interesting, and so it's easier for me to open up in these videos, but it's also easier for me to conduct really interesting interviews with people where I ask them deep personal questions. So my personality is uniquely suited to this. I would even say my experiences make this a good topic for me as well, because I work at a company called BombBomb, which is a video email communication software. So our customers are always going up against this. So again, for me, the box was checked yes for Ngari, that yes is something that I am uniquely suited to talk about. It kind of fits me right well. And the third thing is it's got to be something you enjoy. Because let's be real, when you first get started, nobody but your mom and your grandma are going to be watching. You've got to enjoy doing this, because for a long time, there's not going to be that external motivation and external rewards coming from a lot of engagement and views and comments and all that sort of stuff that we all crave on social. So it's got to be something you enjoy. And again, you don't have to enjoy the process of editing the videos and recording the videos and uploading. It's okay to hate that stuff, but at the end of the day, you have to feel some gratification and reward at what you're producing and what you're putting out in the world, and you have to be happy to see it happening, right? That's what's going to keep you fueled while nobody's watching. So those are the 3 things. So again, it's okay if your topic doesn't check all 3 of those boxes perfectly, but you can use those criteria to figure out, of these potential themes, which of them is probably gonna, succeed, is which of those fits those criteria best. Now, once you have your overall theme chosen of what you're going to be talking about this year, whether it's a YouTube channel or just a series of videos on LinkedIn or Facebook, once you got your theme chosen, to come up with the actual individual nitty-gritty topics, I recommend you start out writing lists. So first list you want to write is a list of 10 questions you get asked most commonly. Just write them down. There's 10 videos. Then you want to write a list of 10 things that you wish you had known when you were getting into your industry. Then you want to talk about 10 mistakes most people make as they're getting started with whatever it is you do. Then you want to write out 10 questions that people should be asking themselves that they're really not asking themselves. And then finally, write out just 10 pieces of advice you would give anyone looking to get involved in whatever it is you do. So right there, if you can write out the list of 10, you're going to have 50 topics. That's pretty much 1 a week for a year, and then you're good to go. And really what you're going to find as you start creating content is that the more content you create, the more you start noticing things around the world that bring up more content ideas. So I would say if you could even write out a list of 25 of these, by the time you burn through those 25, you'd have a whole 25 new topics that will have come to your mind in the meantime. But to play it safe, you could write out 10 of each, and then you'd have 50 pieces of content, 1 a week for a year's time. So hopefully this helped. If there's anything that I missed and didn't cover that you've done that's helped you out to either choose your channel, choose your topic, or to fuel yourself with ideas for videos, please comment those below. But this is what I've been doing and what's worked for me.